You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegus, it still feels like it was only a year or 2 ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah, All this time, you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess. What will I even accomplish going alone? What will I even accomplish going alone?
Alphen! There you are!
What is it?
Zoogles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alvin, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people! If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
How's that for a kick? I'm getting better, right?
Quite. I'll be relying on your fancy footwork.
Does fancy footwork mean running away like a chicken?
No!
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much? This looks perfect. Guaranteed to hit the spot.
Not this way, I guess.
remember, if the pain's too much,
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! You can't let even a single one through!
There's a fur of no super polish.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
Dragon!
if it hides, just max it out again!
Eat dirt!
I'm on it.
Deal go!
Azure Storm!
Hands in the wind!
It's almost too strong.
Split it open.
Be my guest. Through escape! Azure Storm!
Going in! Round and pound! Igneous!
An astral arch?
That's my cue!
Shut him down! Rising Wind!
On guard!
Azure
In here!
Storm!
I'll be saving this one! Lightning
Easy and smelling to me. Yeah, that's bubbling to me.
Take this!
Shattering
You're
to
finished!
pieces.
Dragon Storm! Roach's Fury! Rising Wind! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! This one's all mine! Roach's Fury! Sliver Dragon! Plasma Shot!
Make it rain!
Blow them away!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleum kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, Can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going. Thistleum was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
they almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not! Shion's our friend! Almadria was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almadria was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almadria. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Okay. Why?
Damn it!
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight. Okay. This is great. The taste and aroma will blow everyone away. Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
Feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered can be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out. If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Dance in the wind!
Dragon form!
I'll be saving this one.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
There's the Zoogle we were asked to handle.
Where should I cast my line? All right. Well, it's not bad, per se.
You take your fishing pretty seriously.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. There it is. That's our target.
It's on! Azure Storm!
Thousand Gales, Chariot of
No
Light!
further!
Talon Hurricane!
Dragon Swarm!
Gusty Whale!
Plasma Dust!
Are those arms even natural? Tiger Blade!
Lion's Howl!
Arrow Squall! Time to stop!
Here and now! Dragon Swarm!
Too shy to come
Plasma
over!
Dust!
Here, let me know!
We did it! Not yet!
Now!
Look Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menancia pride.
No backing down!
Dragon Form!
Target
Rising Water!
I'll take out the legs with my shield.
Dragon Form! Ferocious Fury! In an instant! Impact Block!
I'll stop his charge.
Thanks, Kitara. Divine confiscated. Stand in the way. In here. More for the stockpile. Tempest Swirl. More where that came from. Celestial.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! I can feel my power growing! Ho ho ho! 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 Ho ho ho!
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Hey, what do you say we fight that shining enemy?
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Dragon Form! Blast the dust!
Now you see what I can do!
Firmament
Hurricane
Razor!
Flux! Mirage! Ferocious Fury! Dragon Form! You're mine! You're finished!
Eat this! In the wind!
You picked the wrong fight!
Do it!
Take long! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Not a chance! Dragon Form!
Now I'm in the groove!
Blast the dust!
Wind Astral Energy!
Mirage! Ferocious Fury!
Hey!
Blow them away!
I feel sprightlier than before. away!
Azure Storm!
Lightning meteor!
Clear for us to pass!
Here goes!
Slash the shot!
Charge Malevolence! Arctic Waterfall!
Mirage!
Here goes!
You're
I'll
finished!
be saving this one!
Slash the shot!
Arch Field! Not on my watch! Now!
In an instant! Impact Claw! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Guys, I'll leave it to you!
Piercing
Mirage!
I'll be saving this one!
with the earth!
Astral energy!
You!
Look shot!
Azure Storm!
Look shot! Make it rain!
Frozen!
Hammer!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
Let's see what you've
Azure
got.
Storm! Dragon Swarm!
Too shy to
Eat dirt!
come over? Here, let's go!
Slash the shot! Rotating pile
Steel Force!
Turn left clear!
Arctic Waterfall!
Piercing
Take
wall!
this! Take this!
More for the
No
stockpile.
further! Dragon Swarm!
Round and pound!
Rising Wyvern!
Igneous! Get
Mirage!
charged!
Cast shot!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it! Igneous! I'm ready!
Rotating pile
Shine! Radiant light!
Ready and
This
ready!
one's mine!
You're mine!
Regenerate!
It's over! Rising Wyvern!
Allow me to help you.
Mirage!
Flaming
Dragon
meteor!
Swarm!
Igneous! Get
Raging
charged!
now!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! My exploits are bearing fruit.
What's this thing? Is that the Zoogle we're looking for?
Let's see what you've got.
Azure Storm!
May 1,000
Dragon
gales carry you
Swarm!
to shore!
Rising Wyvern!
Elusive Genie!
Here I come! You're finished! Mirage!
Simian
Slash the
pest.
shot!
I shall feel you where you stand. Now you see what I can do!
This one's
You're
mine!
mine! It's over!
Lightning Orb!
Elusive Deity!
Charge the level! Magic advance! Now!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
My turn!
Look shot!
Damn it! It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Hurricane Thrust! Mirage!
Steel
Dragon
Force!
Swarm!
Dance on the wing!
Thunderblade!
Looks like we got them all.
Gotta break through! Dragon Swarm!
Photon Storm! Lightning Advance!
Eat dirt!
Thunderblade!
Blast the shot!
Begin!
Take this!
Hitting pile driver!
Dance in the wind!
Mirage!
In here!
Denied!
Tear!
More
Hurricane Thrust!
Resonate with the earth!
Dragon Swarm!
Too much to
Blast the
handle!
shot!
Magic advance! Seal!
Ready and ready!
This one can
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Dragon Swarm! Light the shock! Here I come! You're finished!
Now,
Hear that in your dreams!
Here I come! Dragon Swarm! You're finished! It's on! Mirage! You're mine! You're finished! Make it right!
with this, I can become even stronger.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Have you guys checked your equipment lately? Better rest easy and prepare for tomorrow. Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was someone's property. Turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on magic for everything.
Hardly. In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it every day. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it, studying the very thing you're being persecuted for. But that's what we did, just like our parents and their parents before them. Honestly, I don't even know how far back it goes.
If memory serves, mages have been the stuff of legend for ages. Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myths. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense though. I mean, it was astral arts that let the Renans dominate Dana, right? Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of Dana then?
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone. Magic's more of an exclusive club.
So, you either have the gift or you don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand. And fear leads to persecution. So the problem's not magic. It could just as easily have been anything.
Yeah. Hoodle, let me know if you sense anything. Another day, another Gald.
Let's see. I've cooked, cleaned, and sewn. I think that's everything for today.
I'll see you again tomorrow. I think we've rested long enough. Let's keep moving.
Azure Storm! Dragon Swarm! Elusive
Divine Streak!
Going in! Mirage! You're mine! Orochi's
Shield and
Fury!
Fang!
Dragon Swarm! Blast the shock!
Going in!
It's over! Azure Storm! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Try harder! Azure Storm! Tear! Mirage! Here I come! You're finished! Blast the shock!
Dance on the wind!
Thunder Field!
Mirage!
Dance in the wind! Here goes! I'll be saving this Tiger Blade!
I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
Together, there is nothing that can stop us.
Indeed. As one, we are unrivaled.
And that is our greatest strength.
Here goes! Dragon Swarm! Take it! Eat dirt! Does it hurt? Blast the shock!
May a thousand gales carry you to triumph!
Make of the abyssal
Mirage! Dragon Swarm! Orochi's Fury!
Time to shine!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Take this! It's over!
Divine Streak!
Dragon!
This one is mine!
Orochi's Fury!
Tiger Blade!
Raging Storm!
Mirage! Blast the shock! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Here goes!
Lightning condemned!
Dragon Swarm!
Thunder Blade!
It's on! No escape!
They may look cute and stuff, but they're
Orochi's Fury! Blast the shock!
I'm ready!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
May a thousand gales carry you to triumph!
Mirage! Dragon Swarm!
Dusty Nail!
Blast the shock! It's over! Mirage!
Wind at the Hunter Field!
Rising Wyvern!
Photon Blade!
Mirage! Blast the shock!
Purge Malevolence!
Going in!
Lunar Logo!
Tiger Blade!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block! Not a chance!
Everlasting
Blast the shock!
Negative God!
You're mine!
with the earth!
Tear!
Stalagmite!
Mirage!
Tempest
Strike!
Whirl!
Looks like we won.
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
Let's see what you've got.
Now you see what I can do!
Chinese Supernova! Radiant Rain!
Dragon Form!
Take this!
Waterfall! Sleep now!
Going in! It's
I'll be
over!
saving this one!
Take your break!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Basic
My turn!
darkness!
I'm not done! Tear!
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
My astral arts are coming along quite nicely.
Coming along? What do you want to do with them?
Oh, you know. Sprout flowers from the tip of my staff, suspended in midair.
So you want to be a street magician then? Don't get complacent.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me, I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones. so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right. We need our rest to conserve our strength.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, you two.
No problem. We'll save Shion. I know we will.
I came out great. Everyone's gonna be real surprised.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk!" or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false! Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Well, yeah, but still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.